Hi everybody. As you may know, a couple of weeks ago, Apple was challenged to investigate the safety of their technology for young growing minds. And it brings about a valid concern. In 2018, children are digital natives, meaning that, unlike us, they will spend their entire lives exposed to digital media. Of course, this raises questions as to, is it safe? What is going to happen to these children? How different are they from the previous generations? And according to research, their brains, while identical to ours, no longer work the same way, and they don't process information the same way, and digital media certainly has some effects on the young generation. Currently, children become exposed to digital media at the age of 4 months, and according to a study from 2015 in the US, 96% of children have access to a mobile device. Modern technology and digital media certainly have beneficial effects. It's well known that interactivity promotes learning, and there's plenty of that with modern technology. Digital media promotes problem-solving skills and, very importantly, promotes creativity in children. For older children, being involved in social media and multiplayer online games shows an improvement in social behavior, social intelligence, and also teaches them empathy and exposes them to diversity early in their lives. And certainly there needs to be a healthy balance of education and entertainment when it comes to digital media use. Now, if we look at the other side, the drawbacks and limitations of children's exposure to digital media, the American Association of Pediatrics doesn't recommend exposing kids under the age of 2 to digital media. And the reason for that is their minds are so young and not adapted to processing information, and so there's a phenomenon called video deficit, which makes it challenging for them to take two-dimensional information from the screen and relate that to real life in 3D. And this phenomenon may interfere with their learning. And at that age, under the age of 2, it's the most critical part of learning for kids is interaction with their parents and caregivers, actually engaging with them in real life, in three-dimensional world. There have been suggestions that cognitive deficiencies and attention difficulties can be caused by the rapid changes in colors and objects that occur on the screen when kids engage in various activities with digital media. Certain people in the research community, as well as members of the public, fear that this may be an issue. This might be limiting our kids in their development somehow. To be honest, there seems to be a confusion here, because the people who are making these claims are probably drawing the wrong cause and effect conclusions. There is definite correlation between the use of digital media and technology in kids and their deterioration in performance or physical activity habits and sleep habits. But it's a correlation. It doesn't mean causation. It's a very important difference to note. We cannot say that digital media is causing it. The truth is that this deterioration in performance and cognitive abilities is due to displacement. It's not inherent in digital media. It happens when kids play games and watch videos instead of doing other things. That's called displacement. So it's not surprising that if your kid spends all his day on the iPad instead of learning, doing homework, or playing outside, there will be negative consequences. The same argument can be applied to the link between digital media use in kids and obesity, or poor sleep habits. It's just too much of a good thing. Online safety is of course a valid concern when it comes to young kids, and obviously children can be exposed to inappropriate material and various types of abuse. And a surprising discovery I made when looking in the literature is that the vast majority of kids' online activity is unsupervised. And the main reason why this activity is unsupervised, that parents cite, is that they're tired. They use mobile devices as a distraction or as a babysitter. And of course we're all guilty of doing that, giving your kid the phone and letting him or her play for a while you get something done. And the main recommendation that researchers give is to use 3 approaches, which is restrictive, instructive, and co-using. Restrictive means you need to monitor screen time to make sure that displacement phenomenon doesn't happen. Instructive means balancing between entertainment and education. And finally, co-using means that you as a parent are involved in the use of digital media by your kids, because that really improves the learning experience. It links the virtual reality to real life. You are the mediator. Our kids' brains are the same, but they're not using them the same way. Basically now the definition of literacy and the definition of thinking has changed. It changed from what you would call vertical literacy, meaning deep factual knowledge, the traditional approach to education. You would memorize facts and dates. Now it's gone to what's known as horizontal literacy. Basically because we have, and our kids have, all the information they need available at an instant. There is no longer a need to accumulate trivial knowledge. It is much more valuable to know certain things about many things. And it's not a detrimental phenomenon. It has been observed in team environments where people collaborate, and it's known as transactive memory. Basically, you don't need to know everything about everything because somebody else is there to contribute that piece of the puzzle. The good news is that our kids are becoming much better at critical thinking and problem solving because they don't need to dedicate that time to memorizing things. So as you can see, different doesn't mean bad. And as long as you're in control, you can take charge of the situation and embrace the change and go forth, guide your kids and enjoy. As always, I invite you to read the references, ask me a question, make a comment, and I will see you later.